Hello again, everybody. My name is Michael Grace. I'm a Knight of the Jedi Praxeum, and this is about proper behavior in Jedi Praxeum events. This includes chat rooms, as well as live stream events, and even some of our just community chats, such as the wonderful Knight Miles Robinson shares on a repeated basis. Basics of it is when you're in any of the Praxeum chat rooms, there are some things you should and shouldn't do. For example, sharing memes and images is considered inappropriate unless they're directly related to Jediism or are part of a community sharing, like when people ask to share their pets. So let me give you an example of sharing those memes. Okay, right now. So when someone shares an inappropriate meme or a meme that doesn't make sense and isn't related, they'll have an admin say, could you please explain that or remove it. So what will happen then is that's a warning, and the sender usually will unsend the image, which should appear something kind of like this in just the next few seconds here. Okay. We're waiting for the unsend right now. See, and as you see, it unsent the message. Now, we also don't want to have conversations in the Praxeum chats or in the public live streams that contain foul language or references to drugs or are incredibly sexual. That includes screen nicknames, memes, images. The last thing we need is to have a disruption because of that. There are several people within the Praxeum who are in 12-step programs or other drug recovery programs. So referring to alcohol, tobacco, drug use, and so on could be triggering for them. It could give them some difficulty. So when that happens, usually you will actually see a member say, pardon me, but that nickname is considered a little inappropriate. Could you change that, please? So the person can then change the nickname over and actually make it easier for people to cooperate and to talk to each other, because that can throw people off. Some people are a little more sensitive about certain things. We want to have the best harmony we can. We also don't want to discuss things like getting drunk, getting high, types of alcohol we're going to drink for the evening, and recreational drug use. Those are considered inappropriate in the chat room. Again, 12-step program members, other people in other forms of recovery programs, we do need to take care of that. The next thing on the list, of course, is foul language. Generally, if you wouldn't want your 4-year-old saying it in front of a school teacher, or you wouldn't say it in front of your grandmother, don't use it in the chat room. And again, if somebody uses that kind of language, what they'll do is we'll say, pardon. Things like pardon me, but that's a bit inappropriate. Inappropriate. And it doesn't matter if it's something nonsensical, those kind of things. Now, people have emotional moments. So what we suggest is, if you're really in an emotional moment, try to actually use something funny and creative that couldn't be counted as inappropriate. Always use the 4-year-old rule. If you don't want your 4-year-old to say it to the teacher or to a minister in front of you, don't say it in here. That's the big rule. As you can see, we can unsend on the list. Another thing in the group that we don't want to do is when someone is talking, we do not want to be using gigantic flipping thumbs up like this. I am now going to unsend that. That is not how you react to something. I'm going to remove it for myself. You see, when you click on your thing that you sent, you can unsend it for the whole group, and it'll do like that. Even small thumbs up, like the one you see at the bottom, we don't use those. So how do we react when the teachers are asking us to react to messages inside the chat room? You click on the message, hold on the message if you're on your iPhone or Android, and you'll see the emojis right there. Click a thumbs up button like that, or a heart button. Try to stick to only those things, because that is to convey how much you appreciated the message. Another big deal when you're dealing with the whole situation of these, I will unsend again so you can see it again, is some people will get really creative. And while that's a wonderful thing, what we don't want people doing for the chat room is going into the navigation area, as you can see here, and then changing the emoji. Let's pick an emoji we really don't want to have. Here we go. Expressing our anger at people changing the emoji. Because if you look, please click the emoji. There you go, see? It changes it for everybody. Do not change the emoji in the chat room. So we're going to go back, and we're going to fix that situation and put it back where it belongs. Another issue that we have is you'll get some people, you'll see the word theme at the top. Some people will click theme, and if you do that, guess what happens? It changes it for everybody. Yeah, we have to keep the theme where it is in the classic blue, because we have people who are, how should I put this, who have things like epilepsy, other disabilities, are colorblind. We cannot have those kind of things changing, so the classic blue and white is there for a reason. We want to leave that alone. So please, if you're a student, do not change the emoji, do not change the theme. I will be demonstrating the other things in here and how to use them so that you can use them to change your nickname, to send special messages, or to find things you need to find in a conversation related to homework in another video. In the meantime, I hope that you understand what we've been going through here and proper behavior in the chat. And we're going to run down one more time just a quick list. Do not talk about alcohol and drugs. Do not use what would be considered foul language. Do not change any themes. Do not change the emojis. Do not share pictures or videos without approval from people who are on the staff, and make sure that they're directly related to the conversation going on. If someone says they're an admin, you can pretty much assume they are, and they will ask you to remove that image or that sentence. With Facebook Messenger, you have up to 10 minutes to remove the message. So you need to remove it in that time period. If they say PM me about a specific message, that does mean you've broken a rule. Just listen to what they have to say and cooperate, and everybody will get along, and we're going to do fine. Thank you so much for taking the time out to watch this. I hope this has been helpful. There will be another video on how to navigate the group and how to navigate Messenger. Meanwhile, have a blessed day, and may the Force guide you, always.